What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing how to create custom themes for your Twilight Menu++, just like this one that I have that I fully created on my own. Now we're only going to be showcasing the background and buttons today, but we will be getting into the background music in the next video. It's just a little too much to show all in one. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and throw our micro SD card into our USB adapter and plug it into our laptop or, once again, computer of choosing. Now we're going to instantly cut over to the laptop view and get started from there. Okay guys, so now that you are at your computer, there are a few things that you are going to have to download before we get started. The first of which, I would like to instantly go ahead and go to this website, which I will be leaving in the description, and download the example themes that they show. This will allow you to instantly have a 3DS example theme and a DSi example theme that we will be able to build upon. Now in this video I will be showing how to do a 3DS theme. The exact same steps apply to do the DSi, I just personally like the 3DS a little more. I will be using these photos. You're going to want a top image photo, a bottom image photo, and you can either use a solid color, or I like to use another image for the start banner across the bottom screen. Now when you open your 3DS file, you're going to see the name Lite. That is the name of the theme that you are going to be changing and building upon. Now the main ones we are going to get to are going to be the background and the UI. So the UI are going to be your shoulder buttons that are going to show at the bottom of the top screen, and the background is of course going to be your background images. Now I am going to be using a program called GIMP for this tutorial, but you can use any image editing software you like. Now personally, I like to start with your top image as it is the easiest one to do right off the bat. So all you're going to do is come over here. I'm going to open it with GIMP, and now that we have our image loaded, we can go ahead and get started. Now since we are using a secondary image in place of this and not just changing colors, I find it easiest to go up here, click File, click Open as Layers, find your photos that you downloaded, and then go ahead and pull this one up. Now the top image that you just put in is going to be much larger than that original top image that we saw. And that's because the scaling is completely different. The original top image uses a scale of 256 and 192. Now the height is all we're really going to need, and it will cut the sides off of that image a little bit, but that's not a big deal as we can move it around. So the 192 is what we would like to convert over to the other top image. 192, go ahead and click Scale, and there you are. There's the entire process for your top image. Now if you would like, you can come over here, move it left, move it right, do whatever. I am going to move it just slightly to the right to allow that full globe and a little bit of the city, but everything else is going to be lined up properly because the top image is now scaled to the original top image scale. From this point, I always like to go ahead and add a little bar up here, and this is just going to be a little spot so that you can have your UI, and it's not going to be covered or obstructed by your other image. So I'm just going to use the color white for the bar. Just set that there, and now your entire UI for the top is going to lay right across that. After you're done with your top image, you're going to go ahead and click File and overwrite your top image PNG, and you're done with that image right there. Now I am going to go ahead and speed through the other ones. The process is the exact same. You're just going to have a little bit more work to do when it comes to the bubbles or getting, colors where you want them, changing things up, but other than that, the exact same process. Now, since all of those are completely done, you can go ahead and, if you would like, you can drop into your UI folder and do the same thing with the shoulder buttons. I'm not going to in this video. Personally, I think the white is going to look fine on this theme, but it's completely up to you. So now what you're going to want to do is come over here to where it says lite. Now you're going to rename this to absolutely whatever you want. I'm going to name it Frutiger Aqua. Yeah, Aqua. So now that you have changed all of these into what you would like them to be, and you have renamed your file, you can go ahead, take this, and drop it into your USB drive. What you're going to want to do is go into the NDS file, the Twilight Menu file, 3DS menu, themes, and go ahead and just drag it and drop it directly into there. Now from that point, you're going to go ahead and close that out and eject the drive so that you do not destroy any of the files on there. And we are going to head back to the DS and see what it looks like. Okay, so we have now put our R4 back into our DS, and I am going to show you how to change the theme to the one that we just created. Now this is the custom theme that I had before. It has everything already done to it, but now I'm going to show you the one that we just did. So you're going to come to your settings in Twilight, scroll down to where it says theme, and then now you can see that you do have that Frutiger Aqua, or whatever you decided to name your file, in there. So now all you're going to do is click A, back out, and as you can see, it loads directly in. Now I did mess up a little bit. I did not drop that bar far enough down, but everything else is perfectly fine on there. So in the next video, I know I said I was going to do it all at once, but it would make a very long video to do it all at once. So I am going to be showing how to do custom background music for your themes, so that you can have whatever music play while you enjoy your custom home screen. But that is going to conclude today's video. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. I'll be leaving a link to the file that we used for our base and a link to the Twilight Menu file that I am using down in the description. Other than that, thank you for watching.